This avatar you see right here belongs to a brand new champion that is coming into Raid Shadow Legends, a Sylvan Faction champion, and is going to be obtainable for entirely free. This is part of the Raid's 4th anniversary Titan event that is going to be coming in, and it's going to be dropping us something that is called Plarium Points Program. So what you get from this 4th anniversary Titan event is going to be anniversary points or Plarium points, and that is how you accumulate all these points to obtain this legendary champion for free. So we've not seen the 4th anniversary Titan event yet. An update has been done. We're expecting it to drop anytime soon, this week or this weekend, but I just wanted to take time to find out if this champion is going to be even worth it, because I think we're going to have to do a lot to get this Plarium points, as they call it. So we are keeping out an eye to see when this 4th anniversary Titan event will launch and see what we have to do to obtain all the points. But for now, let's look at if the champion is going to be worth going for. Awesome design right here. I'll tell you first of all, this champion is looking awesome. The name of this champion is Searsha the Charred, brand new legendary champion. We are getting new ones, the first one of the year, I guess. So will this replace a fusion? That's what some people are asking. Does it mean this month of January will not have a fusion? I don't know yet, but I'll tell you from the character design, she does look like a Sylvan faction, but she's burnt, a little bit burnt, I'll tell you. And that's why I guess they call her the Charred, because she's all fiery and stuff. Hopefully she will have something to do with HP burn, because she's all looking fiery. A tree that is burnt. All right, from the champion graphic that was provided right here, I want to take a look at her skills to find out if this champion will be worth going for, or this is one of those events where you just do as you can, don't push the extra mile and save all your resources for something better. We'll find out if she's something good or better than the other Silver Faction champions we have so far. So she's a support legendary right here. We can already see it, so we are not expecting too much. So because support champion are expected to, be less valuable than other champions, I guess. But let's find out. On the A1, this champion attacks one enemy 3 times. We love to see that. Each hit has a 30% chance of increasing the duration of any HP burn. I called it. Once you see these champions all fiery and stuff, you're expecting them to have HP burn along with their skill. But this A1 doesn't land the HP burn. It just increases the duration of HP burn debuff on the target by 1 turn. So she has a chance of increasing the duration of HP burn by 3 turns if it's 30% each hit, and if she procs all the hits right there. It can be booked up to a 45% chance of increasing the duration of HP burn on enemies. A good A1 all round. So it doesn't increase any other debuff, only HP burn. That's what it can increase. It's kind of limited, but I wish this A1 can do a lot more debuffs than just HP burn. But I guess we'll use that for that purpose, HP burn. Why is this important is because the A2 does have the HP burn right there. AoE HP burn, attacks all enemies, has a 80% chance of placing HP burn, booked up to a 100% chance for 2 turns. A support champions who has HP burn, you're like, do we build that for support? Do we build that for damage? Come on. This is kind of confusing. When I saw support, I thought she would come in with some healing, with some, all those stuff that support champions do, Tomita and feeling and all that stuff. Increase accuracy, increase attack. That's what you're expecting to see from support champions. But now this one is coming in with a 2-turn HP burn right there, 100% chance to land it on the AoE. So, but there is a limitation of this HP burn. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. That HP burn, that A2 right there, is on a 4-turn cooldown. It's kind of strange to have A2 on a 4-turn cooldown. HP burn. We prefer champions like Mordecai who has HP burn on a 3-turn cooldown, or other champions who do it better. I guess she will just have to do if she's your first introduction to HP burn. But I don't think a lot of people will use her for this purpose if it's not on a 3-turn cooldown. Especially if it's on a content that you need to place it again and again. 4-turn cooldown is kind of weird. Too low. Too high of a cooldown. It should be decreased by 1. 3-turn cooldown. That's what we expect legendary champions who have HP burn to have. Let's see if the A3 can make it a little bit better though. On the A3, attacks all enemies, decreases the turn meter of all enemies. Now that's a support champion skill, right? By 15%. 15% AoE turn meter decrease is okay. I hope it does something though. Decrease the turn meter of enemies under HP burn by an extra 15%. Now we are talking. This skill is also on the 4th on cooldown when you fully book it, and that's a 30% turn meter decrease if HP burn is out there. I guess it's good. That's a conditional turn meter decrease. We want turn meter decrease that will happen no matter what. Talking about Lissandra, talking about even the newest champion that came into the game as a turn meter decrease champion. Let me see if I can remember where she is. I want to compare her to this other champion. Yes, this Mordecai. She does have this turn meter decrease. How many? Decrease turn meter of enemies by 20%. No condition right there. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. No condition right there. So compared to this champion who is also a support champion, that skill looks a little bit lacking because it relies on HP burn. So champions who do not have HP burn on them will not have their turn meter decreased by an extra 15%. But if you have HP burn out there first before you use this skill, it's a huge one right there. 30% turn meter decrease is good, I guess, on the condition that you must place the HP bomb first before you use this skill. All right, let's see the passive. The passive, whenever this champion is attacked by an enemy under HP burn debuff, heals this champion by 25% of the damage received. That's not a big heal. That's not a big heal. 25% of the damage received is a tiny little heal. Also has a 15% chance of instantly activate any HP burn debuff on the attacker. 15% chance is a very low chance. So this champion is trying to be a HP burn champion, increases duration of HP burn, places HP burn, turn meter decrease if there is HP burn out there, even more turn meter decrease, extra 15% more, and then an additional condition right there that can actually activate the HP burn. But so far, I'm not feeling it. I guess this is one of those champions where they feel like they're giving us something for free, right? Like it's going to be part of the Titan event, like I said, and we are going to be getting a lot of Titan points maybe, and they feel like it's going to be easy to complete this one and get this champion, because it does say we'll be doing stuff, those points will claim rewards in the Titan event interface, thus giving us shiny stuff for doing the same amount of heroic legwork. So it's like the same stuff we'll be doing, like a fusion or champion training or dungeon farming. That's how we getting all these points, I guess. That's why they made it so the champion that is going to be part of this event so mid. That's what I'll rate this champion, mid-level champion right here. So again, her name, Searsha the Charred, charcoal, all burnt up, good character design, but a little bit disappointing in her skill set. HP burn, this A2 is awesome. It's useful in a lot of places, but all the other skills that comes along with it, it's mid. You most likely want to have this A2 available to use again and again and again than relying on any of your other skills. You're like, turn meter decreased by 15%. Most champions, let's say you want to use this champion in the Hydra as your HP burn champion, you want to use this champion as your Spider HP burn champion, you really don't want to be decreasing the Spiderling's turn meter by 15% and extra 15% again. Fine, you want to focus on the boss, so you won't need somebody like an Amiga to target that, or a Cold Heart to target that, to keep the boss's turn meter down. So reducing the boss's turn meter by 30% entirely, the Spiderlings is one that will take it most, and that means the HP burn on them will not tick. And if it does not tick, the boss won't get burned so fast and the battle will take too long. So I guess some people might even turn this skill off. I'm talking about this decreased turn meter skill. For some content, you want to turn it off so not to use it at all. But our passive is a nice one. Just this 15% chance is kind of low. But if you use the right mastery, you can get it up to maybe a 20% chance of activating the HP burn whenever this champion takes a turn. No, it's not when she takes a turn. When she's hit, Abby, whenever this champion is attacked, yes, also has it. So it's only when she is attacked that this passive even comes into effect. It would have been better. 15% is fine, but it should happen at every turn she takes, right? It should happen whenever she takes a turn. Anyways, that's this new champion that is coming into raid. I'll see what this event holds for us to see if she's going to be worth going for. But right now, from her skill set, this is one of those champions that, for my Noob to Pro series, where I do not currently have any HP Born champion, she might be my first introduction to HP Born. Well, besides Drexter that is currently in the summoning portal and not yet summoned, she might be a better option that places the HP Born than waiting to be hit before it gets placed, right? So she's a champion that can be useful for that type of content. AoE HP Born is always useful somewhere if it's your first one. On my endgame account, where I have all the HP Born champions you can think of, including Sicia, Flame Tongue, I do not need this champion, and I'll probably might not be going for her. Maybe just for content, to see, build her and show you how she works. Maybe that's what I'll go for her if the events are easy enough and the points are easy to obtain. Let me know what you think about this champion in the comments below. Do you think I'm devaluing her in any way, or do you want to hype her up a little bit in the comments? Go ahead, but I don't think this is one that is going to be remembered or appreciated a lot by the end game community. Appreciated more by the early game community who do not have any HP Born champions. AoE HP Born, that is, on a 3-turn cooldown, that is. All right, hit that like button for me in this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this new champion, Searsha the Charred. Let's see when the events will launch, if she's going to be easy to obtain or extremely difficult, and that will determine whether we're skipping out on it entirely or going hard on it. Later, guys.